it's Presley at ActOutGames.com here, and today we are going to be playing with super cold water that will freeze instantly. So all you need to do these really cool experiments is bottled water that preferably went through reverse osmosis. And you need to put it in the freezer for 2 hours and 45 minutes. That works for us. I don't know if it will work for you, but it works pretty well for us. And it will be super duper cold. And this is below water's freezing temperature, but it's still liquid, so it makes it do some pretty cool things. So for water to turn into its solid form, or ice, it needs a seed crystal, which is something it can start freezing by. Since you have your pure bottled water, it doesn't have anything to start that freezing. It doesn't have a seed crystal. So it will go below freezing temperature without freezing, but once you introduce a freezing crystal, like a piece of ice, it will start turning into a solid. Watch what happens when I pour this water into a bowl full of ice. When you pour it on ice, it starts freezing into ice that has the consistency of snow, and then you can make little ice towers. And when you pour it in, it will freeze all the way up to your bottle, and then a little bit will get in the bottle, and it will freeze up most of the bottle. So another really cool thing you can do is carefully fill up a glass with your super cold water and then drop a piece of ice in and watch it freeze. And this is super cool. When I saw it for the first time, I thought it was making kind of a crystal-y thing, but when I took it out, it was still amazingly frozen, and water is just so amazing. It does so much cool stuff, and you wouldn't believe that water, a thing you could get pretty much anywhere, can do cool stuff like this. Like we said before, water is the only substance which solid floats on its liquid, and that is pretty amazing because it's the only substance that does that. It has a solid that floats on its liquid, and no other substance, no other liquid, no other nothing does that but water, which makes it very unique. So when you learn the states of matter, you know that gas becomes denser and turns into liquid, and liquid gets denser and turns into solid, but water is the exception to that rule, like the Mongols is the exception of almost everything. Water actually gets less dense when it becomes ice, and that's what makes the ice float on the water. To get less dense, it creates a crystalline substance, so that's why it needs a seed crystal to freeze. So this is the same thing with hail and snow. Where up in the clouds, the water is super duper freezing, but it doesn't have anything to build off its structure with until like a piece of dirt blows into the cloud or something, and then it all builds around that one piece and it becomes heavy enough to fall. This is another reason why water is probably my favorite substance in the world. And this is a super duper duper easy experiment, but it might take some time trying to get the right temperature for your water so it doesn't freeze up, or trying to get the perfect temperature to do this. But once you actually get the good temperature, then it is really amazing what you can do with it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!